Investing in the Cleveland area is a great opportunity because it's one of the most affordable areas in the country. And with today's rates, you're going to need those low prices to get that solid house in order to make a quick flip. Now, in today's video, we're going to be checking out a house that is about 15 minutes away from Cleveland, give or take. You're going to have a super easy commute to get to downtown itself. But this house is a fixer-upper, and it is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house that comes in just over 1,400 square feet. And you're going to have a little bit of property with this one comparatively to a lot of the other neighborhoods. It's not in the worst condition in the world, however, it is not in livable condition as is. But we'll check that out more in a little bit. Another cool part about this house is that there is a park at the end of the street, so you are going to be able to just go down, enjoy the community, and relax and hang out with everyone. And you can definitely organize different events and play some football, soccer, volleyball. There's a bunch of different opportunities that you can do in this area. Now you're also going to have the opportunity to get to the highway relatively quickly. It's less than a 10-minute drive, and there you're going to be able to get to all of the suburbs that surround Cleveland very easily at that point. You're not going to spend your time driving through the different cities in the area. Now, if you have kids and you're looking for something to do, you can go over to the zoo, which is about a 10-minute drive, and there is a wonderful way to spend your full day. And Mondays are free for people who live in Cleveland. And along with that 10-minute drive to the zoo, you are also going to have less than a 10-minute drive to get to the Christmas Story house, and that's a really cool area to go check out because it's the actual house where the Christmas Story was shot. So that is a classic Christmas movie, and it's always fun to go check out as well. Now, if you're looking to move to the Cleveland area and you want to pick up an investment property, feel free to reach out to me. All of my contact information is down in the description. My name's Sam Oler, and I'm your Cleveland area realtor. Let's hop right into this walkthrough. So this is the home that we're going to be checking out today. It was a little tricky to get a picture of the front because of the tree that is in the tree lawn. I couldn't really back up to get a shot, but this house is going to need a little bit of work. We enter into the living room, where it's a decent size. You got a lot of windows, and they are an older wooden window, so that is going to be something that you keep in mind if you're going to buy this. You might want to get those replaced. They did a new front door, and it's a steel door, and it looks like the trim around it is pretty beat up, so you're probably going to want to replace that piece of wood or get something over it so that it looks like one flat cohesive piece. And through the living room, you are going to have a dining room, and it looks like they did some carpet and everything in here. And they did some tile in the kitchen from what I can tell, but it isn't done in the greatest quality, so you're probably going to want to redo it. Now, the addition off the back of the house is going to have some roof problems, and a lot of it is going to need to be redone, unfortunately. And they did kind of a strange setup in here to where they put the bathroom sink on the outside of the bathroom. I don't know what their plan was for this, but that's just kind of where they're at. So the ceiling is going to have a bunch of holes in it just due to water damage. So you're going to definitely need a roof on this one, and you're probably going to have to replace a lot of the plywood underneath it. Now, after we go through the house, we're going to take a look at the outside so I can show you that a little bit better. But like I said, there was a bathroom in here, so it isn't in great condition by any means. It's too small. They didn't put the sink in there, but they did do a tile surround, which is kind of nice. And the toilet is disgusting, so look away if you're not really into seeing gross stuff. But they did not grout the shower. However, it does have tile up, so if they did it correctly with all of the cement board behind it, or maybe some Schluter, it will be done correctly, but I would probably just replace it and make sure it's done correctly myself. And then they did do a tile on the ground as well, leading into the shower drain closer to the wall. Now, as we go back through, we are going to check out the kitchen, and a lot of the tiles are popping off the floor in here, so that is something that's going to need to be redone as well. Realistically, this house is a full flip. Like, you need to actually do the rehab all over again, and it looks like they just painted the cabinets. I would definitely replace them and put some new ones up just so that it feels like a new room. Now, they did do a new exit door, and that is a steel door, so at least that was done properly. They did use the correct door. And then off to the side, you are going to have exterior exit, which is going to lead you out into the driveway. And the basement's got some seepage down here. You can see that water is working its way in, and also it's just in a regular basement condition. It's got some peeling paint on the walls and on the floors. You've got a new furnace and looks like an older hot water tank, so that will need to be replaced at some point. But they did have some issues with water down here. You can tell there's a lot of mud. I don't know if anything backed up and was causing that, but I'm not 100% sure. So that's definitely something that you're going to have to keep in mind as you go through with your inspector and your contractors, just to see what that might be. Now down here, you're going to have your utility tub and then also your washer and dryer hookups. And then your electric panel is still intact, but they're definitely older. So you're going to definitely want to get those replaced. And if it's a Federal Pacific electrical panel, you are 100% going to want to get that replaced because they went out of business for malpractice. So they are not good to have in homes nowadays. So now we're going to start working our way back upstairs, and you will see that, like I said earlier, a lot of work has been done and it's definitely going to need to be redone, which is a shame because someone put money into this expecting it to get done correctly, and they're just in a scenario where it's not. So they're trying to make the best and get some of their money back, but we are going to check out this second floor, and there are some stairs going up. They are painted. I would probably run carpet up this just so that it looks a little bit nicer, and then carpet on the second floor so it's not just painted wood floors. But throughout here, it's not in bad condition, but it's definitely not in good condition. Like I said, I would definitely run carpet throughout the second floor. Now in the bathroom, they kept the old vanity and just painted it and did a new vanity top, and then left the old mirror and light fixture. But in the shower, they started to do a surround, and it just looks super messy in my opinion. So it's something that would also need to be replaced. Now from the inside, you can kind of see that addition that I was talking about that needs re-roofed. It's in really bad condition, and it looks like they got multiple different shingles on it. So you are definitely going to need a new roof on that. Walking around the second floor of this house, I did not see any damage or anything, but I'm guessing that it needs a new roof as well. On the second floor here, you're going to have some updated vinyl windows, which is pretty nice. They're not the old wood windows, so that is going to be an expense that is saved. These bedrooms are a pretty decent size, so they have a lot of potential as far as that goes. You're not going to have a whole lot of work to do in these rooms besides just drywall paint and carpet. Now, whether you reskin these walls and make it flat again is up to you, but these plaster walls are sometimes a pain to work with, and they're not always even. Now, it looks like there was a patch there at one point, but I don't see any water damage. Now, as I'm starting to head out of this room, I noticed something on the ceiling over here, and it looks like it was a crack. I can't tell whether that's wet or not, but like I said, that's just something that's probably going to need to be replaced and just fixed properly. So now working our way back downstairs, we're going to go check out the outside and see what it looks like out there. You kind of already got a glimpse of the front once we started this video, but we're going to get a better look now. And the front porch is in pretty decent condition. It's a cool setup, so you have the opportunity to make it something really nice. And then here is the picture of what the front porch looks like along the wall and the ceiling. And you've got your wood up on the ceiling, so that probably just needs repainted. You might have to scrape it before you do that, but a lot of the fascia is in decent condition. That would just be a matter of painting that as well. Now, a lot of the driveway is overgrown, so you are going to have to do a lot of weed eating. You've got your aluminum siding, so that is a little bit nicer than having the wood siding with the peeling paint that's common in these areas. And then the whole backyard is just super overgrown, so you're gonna have a lot of landscaping to do. Now here is the addition where the gutters are falling down and the roof's going bad. So there's just a lot of opportunity for infestation from animals and just stuff you don't want in your ceiling. Now in the back of the house, you've got a little bit of soffit to fix, and that's really it. It's between the roof, gutters, fascia. Then on the very back of the house, you've got a driveway. If you made it this far into the video, I want to say thank you. It shows that you might be looking to move to the Cleveland area. And if you are, I invite you to reach out to me. All my contact information is down in the description. But if it makes it a little bit easier for you, you can feel free to call or text me here. And if you decide to go check out my social media down in the description, make sure you click that like button before you go, because it's going to help me out a ton. But with all that being said, I'm going to leave the video here. I'll catch you in the next house tour.